Welcome back to Gossip Galaxy. Thank you for joining us. Let's dive right in. Buckle up because the White House press briefing just turned into a battlefield. CNN's Kaitlan Collins walked straight into a buzzsaw. And the one wielding it? None other than Caroline Leavitt.
The president was within his executive authority to do that. He is the executive of the executive branch, and therefore he has the power to fire anyone within the executive branch that he wishes.
What was supposed to be a routine briefing quickly escalated. And fast. Kaitlan Collins thought she had the perfect trap set. She was ready to catch Caroline off guard with a loaded question, expecting her to stumble or look unprepared. But boy, did that backfire spectacularly. Instead of faltering, Caroline flipped the script and unleashed a barrage of cold, hard facts that left Kaitlan scrambling for words. The entire press room fell silent. Seriously, you could hear a pin drop. And guess what? This explosive moment aired live. No edits, no spin, just pure, unfiltered chaos. When that clip hit the internet, it was game over for Kaitlan.
On President Trump's life echoed the sentiment that President Trump is a democracy. And if you're a deranged lunatic and you're mentally ill, you will believe that lie, and yes, you will take political like we have seen in two instances against President Trump. Tim Walz and Kamala Harris said that everyone who showed up to President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden was a That's despicable, dangerous, divisive rhetoric that is spewed by the Democrat Party every single day. And I'm so sick and tired of the media pointing the finger at Donald Trump and saying that he is sowing division in this country. He is not. The media is for pushing hoaxes like the one that you all pushed today, and the Democrat Party is for pushing lies about him. But the good news is Americans don't buy it. And that's why today President Trump is more popular than he has been since 2016, because people don't trust the media.
Social media erupted. Viewers were questioning Kaitlan's credibility, even asking if she was fit for the job. But hey, don't just take my word for it. Stay tuned for the full breakdown coming your way. And hey, smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on these drama-packed updates. Did you just subscribe? Awesome. Let's dive in. So, let's set the stage. Kaitlan Collins, thinking she could take on conservatives, believed she had the upper hand. She thought she could trap Caroline Leavitt with a smug, scripted attack. Huge mistake, folks. Caroline didn't even flinch. Instead, she shut Kaitlan down instantly, bombarding her with a series of unshakable facts that left Kaitlan scrambling.
On the freeze in federal funding, who advised the president on the legality of telling government agencies that they don't have to spend money that was already appropriated by Congress?
Well, as the OMB memo states, this is certainly within the confines of the law. So White House counsel's office believes that this is within the president's power to do it, and therefore he's doing it.
Okay, so they disagree with lawmakers who say that they don't have the power to freeze this funding.
Again, I would point you to the language in the memo that clearly states this is within the law.
And all that happened on Friday night. The administration fired several inspectors general without giving Congress the 30-day legally required notification that they were being fired. I think only 2 were left at DHS and the DOJ. And then yesterday we saw several prosecutors, I believe 12, fired from the Justice Department who worked on the investigations into the president. As you know, they are career prosecutors, therefore they are afforded civil service protections. How is the administration deciding which laws to follow and which ones to ignore?
Boom. Kaitlan was left sputtering, desperately trying to save face while the room fell in a stunned silence. The tension was so thick, you could slice it with a knife, and it was written all over Kaitlan's face. She knew she had just been outplayed. And Caroline? She even let out a small, amused laugh, because honestly, this was just too easy. The look in Kaitlan's eyes? Panic.
White House counsel's office that the president was within his executive authority to do that. He is the executive of the executive branch, and therefore he has the power to fire anyone within the executive branch that he wishes to. There's also a case that went before the Supreme Court in 2020, Scala Law LLC versus the Customs, Bureau Protection. I would advise you to look at that case, and that's the legality that this White House was resting on.
You're confident that if they bring lawsuits against you, those prosecutors who were fired, that they will succeed?
We will win in court,
and
yes.
Did he personally direct this, given they worked on the classified documents investigation and the election interference investigation?
This was a memo that went out by the Presidential Personnel Office, and the president is the leader of this White House. So
she was caught completely off guard, and the internet took notice fast. Within minutes, social media exploded with trending hashtags and viral clips. Conservatives were feasting on this moment. Caroline absolutely owned CNN and left Kaitlan humiliated. And things? They only got worse. CNN went into full-blown meltdown mode, desperately trying to cover up the embarrassment. But it was too late. The damage was done. Social media flooded with clips of Caroline's flawless takedown, questioning Kaitlan's credibility. CNN's response? Panic mode activated. They started quietly removing clips from their platforms while fact-checkers scrambled to spin the narrative. They tried everything, shifting focus, changing headlines, anything to bury the embarrassment. But no matter how hard they tried, conservatives were reveling in this moment. Even some liberals couldn't deny that Kaitlan had stepped right into a trap. The irony? CNN had tried to paint Caroline as unprepared, but ended up exposing their own incompetence. It was a total disaster. And just when you thought it couldn't get any
out there
worse
that is
for
putting
Kaitlan.
the onus on this White House for the increased cost of eggs. I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office, or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country. We also have seen the cost of everything, not just eggs. Bacon, groceries, gasoline have increased because of the inflationary policies of the last administration. As far as the egg shortage, what's also contributing to that is that the Biden administration and the Department of Agriculture directed the mass killing of more than 100 million chickens, which has led to a lack of chicken supply in this country, therefore a lack of egg supply, which is leading to the shortage.
Guess what just happened? Let's dive into the egg shortage drama. In a desperate attempt to regain some credibility, Kaitlan Collins brought up the skyrocketing cost of eggs, trying to pin the blame on the White House for inflation and rising grocery prices. But Caroline Leavitt? She wasn't having it. Not even a blink. Instead, Caroline delivered a jaw-dropping response that left Kaitlan looking like she'd just been hit by a freight train. Caroline shut it down instantly, pointing out how Biden's policies, including the culling of millions of chickens, directly contributed to the egg shortage. That response was so powerful and well-reasoned. It was game over for Kaitlan. Even CNN's own audience wasn't buying the spin anymore. One Twitter user perfectly captured the moment. Imagine getting embarrassed this badly in front of the whole country. Ouch. Brutal.
Trump a to democracy for the better half of 10 years. Let's talk about how they have compared him to one of the worst mass in the history of the world, and that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden weaponized the court system and the justice system in this country against Donald Trump in an attempt to imprison him. He sat through a courthouse for 7 weeks this past year, and the Democrats were hoping he would go to jail for it. That is real political that has led to two heinous attempts on President Trump's life that, by the grace of God, he was able to escape, and he is here with us today. So yes, President Trump knows a little bit about political because he's experienced it himself. In talking about the tragic realities of war that Liz Cheney and her father Dick Cheney have got this country into is not political. It's talking about the reality of the foreign conflicts that the Washington, D.C. establishment have sold out young Americans.
Caroline just ended Kaitlan's career in under 3 minutes. You can bet CNN producers were shaking their heads at this point. Kaitlan tried everything to shift the narrative, but failed spectacularly. And just when she thought it couldn't get any worse, it absolutely did. But this isn't just about Kaitlan Collins. It's about why the media keeps losing credibility. They go after conservatives, thinking they'll back down, but Caroline Leavitt just proved they won't. The media keeps twisting facts, but the American people? They're done buying into the lies. Kaitlan and CNN acted like they were the smartest in the room, but Caroline showed just how easily they crumble under pressure. Now, CNN is scrambling to recover from this epic blow, while Kaitlan is left completely humiliated. Meanwhile, Caroline? She's gaining respect like never before. So, here's the million-dollar question. Will CNN actually learn from this embarrassing moment? Or will they double down on their disastrous tactics? Either way, Caroline Leavitt just set a new standard for holding the media accountable. And for CNN, this is a nightmare they won't be waking up from anytime soon. Now it's your turn. Did Caroline just deliver the most savage takedown of the year? Did Kaitlan expose CNN's desperation? And can the mainstream media ever recover from this credibility crisis? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more. More videos coming soon. See you in the next one.